Amazing ability to throw it up there on the more critical end sections and still stay on her feet.
Yeah, it's that compact style off the bottom that allows her to get maybe a little tighter in the pocket, whereas Carissa Moore's been really like powering off the top, carving off the top. So a little bit of a contrast in styles here. And for the sake of the argument, if you're going Carissa, I'll go Jojo. You know, she'll be feeling really, really comfortable here. And have a look at this wave to start things off.
Johanne Defay fighting for the inside position and it's paying off at the moment, getting this first ride, taking to the pocket of this wave, and let's see if she can finish this one off as she has throughout the event.
Because it's such a big lineup.
Let's have a look at the replay of Johanne's ride here, Rich. Again, just a really strong finish.
Yeah, well turned. Time turn off the top to start off. The second one good, but that third one there, that's where it really pushed it to the edge. And oh, you can see from the water angle, that thing just cupped out. She was able to really control the finish. Bit more of a full body extension on that turn. And gets right on that hillside rail again for a nice transition. A little bit of tail release, but this final turn here, this is where all the action is. You can see right up high on the lip, right there, really unstable point in this turn, and she just gets control of it again, manages to avoid that big explosion behind her and finish off.
On the finishing move, but on the outside, Carissa gets the opportunity to load up some speed, but she's going to opt out of this one and instead go for that priority and likely move down the line here to Money Trees.
Yeah, it does. Well, it was surprising to see Carissa kick out of her wave, but look at, here she is now, flying down the line. Beautiful wall in front of her, little hiccup, little snap into the bowl. She's grabbing the rail. Let's see if she can work out the inside. A little off pace on this wave for her. She doesn't like it. She's going to get out of that. You know, just on your comment on the inside there, where you're actually throwing everything into the lip over that, it's so shallow, it's unbelievable. And as that wave hits the reef,
how has her backhand evolved since that heat, which you won?
It's unbelievable what she's done from that point where, you know, she started so far in the channel. She just, you know, she was out of her comfort zone. First event at Fiji, and then the next year.
Here we go, Johanne.
So let's see what Johanne can do with this one. Wave number 2, lining it up, sizing up her options, and goes to the turn to get started and opts not to hit the end section on this one.
All these waves right now are standing up on that outside corner, and then they're coming through this section here, and then they're really going fast along this inside, and it's just picking up and cupping out really, really quick. And I think what's going to happen...
It looks like Johanne Defay making her move. And this is wave number 3, already has the lead, but is trying to get rid of a 2.3. She's already done it on this wave. And there's a nice combination. Again, a solid finish, riding high on that wave, setting the fins free for a moment. 18.5 minutes to go and expecting another solid score for the surfer representing France.
Let's watch the replay of this because this was very nice.
Yeah, Johanne just starts well. I love how she got the work done really quickly. 2 rapid-fire snaps, and then the third one. Just as Strider was saying, they're going to have to commit to that final section, and that's exactly what Johanne did here. And there's that nice compact bottom turn. She sets it up, drives up the face.
Carissa's looks so solid on a road through to this point. The final of the Roxy Pro G-Land. Let's see if she can regather some momentum here. Looking to set up the inside and hits it, hangs on for the finish here. And when you look at Carissa's run through to the final, she's been the top scorer in every round so far, kicked off with a very hefty heat score in the opening round, 17.16, 14.87 in the quarters.
And a little claim as well because she knew that she'd done the nice work on that one. And this is Carissa. She had to streak down the line. Now she resets and gets a bit of a carve off the top here and then hits it vertical. But Johanne's wave definitely a lot better, getting 3 strong turns in a row. Despite the vertical nature of that final turn, I do think that Johanne's going to get a bigger score.
I loved that finish. And what I was going to say before was just this matchup was going to be so exciting because Johanne's been doing those moves this whole event.
She's had 3 finals now, and she's looking for her first win of the season. As we see now on the outside, Johanne Defay taking off, and she's got a beautiful looking wall standing up here. A couple of nice turns to get started, and this thing is holding its pace down the line. She goes to get barreled. She tucks in, grabs that rail. It looked like there was maybe
Johanne just squaring up off the bottom, and you can see here now she was starting to think, is it tube ride time? No, not yet. I got one more hit. But now it is. She had pretty much no choice but to pull in
the face of the wave. It kind of threw her off. Meanwhile, on the outside, Carissa gets her opportunity to drop a big number. Wall stands up, and she's going to hit the pocket, drops out of the lip, and again is going to hammer the pocket of this wall. Critical surfing on edge right when she needed it, and she goes all out on the end section. Didn't complete, but it felt like that was the way she needed it, expecting a good score there.
She may have had a really long tube ride then, and Carissa, wise choice not to pull in on that one because there was all this work down the line. I love these two turns right in the pocket. This one here, again, jams it nice and tight. And, well, this is exactly what she needed to come back in this heat. And I mean, it did matter in the scheme of things, but all the points are on these outside sections.
Yeah, amazing. And really, that was a huge turn on a section that, you know, potentially she could have pulled into, but I think she'll get more credit for the big hits.
Oh, 100%. And I love the way she just delayed that bottom turn so she could get as tight as she could. I think it's this second turn here where she just waits half a second and then right on the money.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, just drops out of the sky there. The 5-time world champion showing us why she's got so many event wins, and this is super impressive stuff. She's going to get herself right back in this heat. 9.17 was the requirement, and we're waiting to see just how high this number's going to go, but it feels like it's going to be the best score of the final so far. But what a fight back, and it ended up being pretty close when you look at the numbers. But Johanne Defay is going to be the champion of the Roxy Pro G-Land, and her domination on left-hand reef breaks continues, and she takes the win. What an effort.
Unbelievable. I'm so happy for her. She just, you know, she was on the whole event, and she's got the win of the very first G-Land Pro.
Rich, you surfed in the Quicksilver Pro, but this has been a huge one. First time we've seen CT competition here for the women, and this is obviously going to be a very emotional moment.
Yeah, history in the making right now, and Johanne is just absolutely on top of the world.